I got up in the middle of the night to use the toilet and forgot to turn off the bathroom light. Unexpectedly, this ended up saving my daughter's life and mine. I accidentally saw the surveillance footage. 3 strange men had broken into our house. I was terrified. My daughter was still sleeping at that time, but I had no time to panic. My first instinct was to rush into my daughter's room. I grabbed a glass of water from the table and splashed it on her face to wake her up. I signaled her to stay quiet. Then I grabbed her hand and we ran out. Right outside the door, we ran into a man with a covered face. We turned around and ran toward the elevator, but there was another man with a ponytail waiting downstairs. The elevator went down slowly. My daughter suddenly remembered there was a safe room on the 2nd floor. She quickly pressed the emergency button. The elevator went back up. The ponytail man became furious and immediately ran upstairs after us. We made it into the safe room just in time. The man started pounding wildly on the metal door, but the room was built to keep out intruders. No matter how hard he hit it, the door didn't move. We huddled in the corner and finally breathed a little. I quickly looked for a phone to call the police, but then I realized we had just moved in. The phone line wasn't connected yet. From the surveillance monitor, I saw the 3 men arguing outside. They clearly hadn't done their research. They thought we weren't moving in until a week later. That was when I realized they were after the cash inside the safe in this room. I picked up the intercom and shouted at them. The police are already on their way. They knew we didn't have a phone line, so they didn't fall for it. They tried to make me hand over the money, but I refused. When they saw we weren't coming out, they actually used nails to seal all the doors and windows shut. Seeing this, my daughter and I felt hopeless. Suddenly, the floor began to shake. It was the masked man using a sledgehammer on the ceiling downstairs. Luckily, after hitting it for a long time, all the exposed was a layer of steel plate. Then we heard noise from the neighbor next door. They were annoyed by the noise and started knocking on the wall in protest. I yelled for help, but the wall was too thick. My voice couldn't get through. Then, to force us out, they drilled a hole into the ventilation pipe and attached a gas hose to pump gas into our room. I soon smelled something strange and quickly told my daughter to get down on the floor. I leaned close to the vent to check and immediately felt dizzy from the fumes. I hurriedly sealed the hole with tape. My daughter suddenly noticed a narrow air vent in the corner. We lay next to it to breathe barely enough air, but the gas pressure was too strong. The tape soon came off. We couldn't go on like this. The gas was getting thicker. In panic, I frantically searched around and finally found a lighter. And then, a bold idea flashed through my mind.